Every Spider-Man Ever presents Amazing Spider-Man issue 38. There is a man called Joe Smith who wants to be a boxer. He gets himself a manager and gets himself in the ring, and he loses. So he decides that he wants to be a wrestler and also loses badly. So finally his manager gets him a gig as an actor in a movie, much to the derision of his boxing peers. In a monster alien costume, he's told to smash up the set in anger, and so he does, smashing debris into a light which topples into some chemicals, and Joe Smith is caught in the electrical current. He's alive, but he feels strange. Meanwhile and elsewhere, Peter Parker is at the Daily Bugle, witnessing yet another secretary quitting. He bumps into Ned Leeds there, the man that Peter thinks Betty has run off with, and learns that Ned also doesn't know where she is either. The two men get aggressive with each other before Jonah splits them up and Peter walks off to mourn Betty's absence. Elsewhere, Joe Smith is starting his next scene, where he has to beat up some stunt performers, but that funny feeling turns into rage and super strength, and he fights out of the set and into the street. He eventually runs into Spider-Man and is able to tear Spidey's web and defeat our hero. Spider-Man didn't even learn his name. Still feeling odd, Joe Smith flees with his manager. Elsewhere again, Norman Osborn puts on a fake beard and some sunglasses and offers a handsome reward to the underworld to take care of Spider-Man. He offers half up front, literal notes that he has cut in half. Later, as Spider-Man is swinging around to clear his head, after a day of taunts from Flash Thompson and a weird encounter with some protesters, he gets attacked by some criminals who are looking to collect the reward. They don't stand a chance. And as Spidey fights, Joe Smith wakes up, feeling strange once more. He shoves his manager aside and heads to his old gym. He wants revenge on the fighters that used to mock him, and they gladly give him that fight, and the gym erupts into a brawl. Swinging past the gym, after defeating the criminals from before, Spider-Man finds that mystery man who defeated him earlier. He swings down to help put an end to this gym fight, but the boxers have also heard about the reward, and they turn on Spider-Man. So Spider-Man takes on everybody, including the superpowered Joe Smith, across a page of dramatic lettering, before Joe comes to his senses. Whatever effect the chemical had has worn off, and his manager shows up to tell him that the producers were so impressed by Joe's performance that they wanted to give him an expanded role. Meanwhile, Spidey is fighting off an alleyway of people looking to collect on a reward. He's mocked by a dummy that looks like Ned Leeds. He once again misses Mary Jane, who's leaving just as he arrives. And he has to watch on the news as this guy named Joe gets a 5-year contract in Hollywood, and Spider-Man just gets mocked. Life just isn't fair for Peter, so he goes to bed. Thanks for watching, and while you decide what to watch next, here's a fun fact about this issue. This is the last issue plotted and drawn by Steve Ditko, who left Marvel after this. There's a lot of debate about why he left. Steve Ditko was famously a very quiet person, and Stan Lee seemed very uninterested in just asking him why he left, so it will remain a mystery.